The Chiefs are desperately looking for their new left tackle, and they've been linked with free agent Ronnie Stanley. And in this video, I'm going to give my thoughts and reactions to this report and talk about how Stanley would fit on this offensive line, not just in 2025, but in the foreseeable future. You guys are listening to the KC Sports Report. Michael Darcy, your host here as always. Hit that like button on this video and subscribe to this channel for more of the best daily Chiefs content on YouTube. And with that being said, I wanted to go ahead and jump right into this report coming from Nate Taylor of The Athletic. He said the Chiefs will target Ronnie Stanley, who is the best left tackle available on the market. Again, this is coming from Nate Taylor of The Athletic. And before the Chiefs Kingdom just, goes crazy with this report, I do want to mention that Ronnie Stanley is someone that is very popular among NFL fans, and he's a great left tackle. I'm not trying to take that away from him, but there's a lot more negative to Ronnie Stanley in 2025 than a lot of people are talking about. And the first negative is that he's 30 years old, and he's played in 36 games since 2020. That's not very many, and the Chiefs are looking for a durable, solid left tackle to be the starter, to be the anchor of the franchise, and Ronnie Stanley has not shown over a large enough sample size that he can stay healthy for a full season. I will say, to give him some credit, he did play in all 17 games last year for the Ravens, but over his entire career, he's missed a lot of football games. And again, he has missed 36 games since 2020. That's really bad. He's had ankle problems, he's had knee problems, and for a left tackle, that's concerning. And so if you're Brett Veach and the Chiefs front office, do you feel comfortable with going out and spending a lot of money in free agency at signing Ronnie Stanley? Now, Ronnie Stanley is by far and away the best left tackle on the market, and that's because he is one of the best in the NFL, but with his injury history, with his age being a factor, he is not going to command, the biggest market in free agency. And if we're just going to go ahead and look at this is coming from Spot Track. This is showing his average annual salary projection. He is expected to get a 2-year contract worth $41 million, averaging annually $20.7 million, which if you just look at what some of the highest paid left tackles are making, that's not a ton of money, especially when you're going to pay a guy like Trey Smith to play right guard probably $20 to $23 million a season. But is it worth giving a 30-year-old with knee and ankle issues $20 million a season for probably the next 2 years? You might only be getting one actual year of Ronnie Stanley in Kansas City if you do sign him to a 2-year contract. So this is all stuff the Chiefs are going to have to think about, but unfortunately, the Chiefs need a left tackle at the worst time to need a left tackle. The draft's not very good. Outside of Ronnie Stanley, there really aren't any viable options at left tackle in free agency, and so the Chiefs might be stuck overpaying for a veteran that has some injury problems. I think the Chiefs are going to try to be smart, but we've also seen them reach at certain positions, whether it's in the draft or free agency, because it's a big enough need. And left tackle, as we saw in that Super Bowl, is a big need. The Chiefs are going to have to address it, whether it is bringing back, Donovan Smith, who is apparently healthy and ready to go this season, bringing back DJ Humphries, drafting someone in the draft. The Chiefs are going to have to do their best to address that position, but also think about, the future, because Ronnie Stanley is not the future at the left tackle position for this Chiefs team. He's a good stopgap player. He's someone that could fill in a pinch and give you 1 to 2 elite level seasons. If Ronnie Stanley is on the field, he is one of the best left tackles in football, and this offensive line immediately gets better. But the question is going to be, can he stay healthy? Can he be on the field for all 17 games and the playoffs? And guys, I'm just not sure. And that, if we just look at his injury history, it's not a safe bet. It's not a safe bet at all to assume that Ronnie Stanley is going to play in every single game. But if the Chiefs think that the height of Ronnie Stanley, even if he's not playing in all of the games, is higher than a Kingsley Suamataia or a Donovan Smith or a DJ Humphries, I wouldn't hate the Chiefs signing, Ronnie Stanley. He is not my first choice, but I think the Chiefs are desperate enough to fill that left tackle position. They would overpay at least this year to get someone to be solid in 2025. Again, Ronnie Stanley is not a solution to this problem long term, but he could be a good stopgap left tackle, someone that could fill in, give you 1 to 2 good seasons of production. And at that point, Brett Veach, you better have found, somebody in the draft, somebody in free agency. You have to have that position solidified. And Ronnie Stanley might be the best option to do that right now. So I want to hear from you guys down in the comments section below. What do you think of the idea of signing Ronnie Stanley in free agency? Again, he's the best left tackle on the market, but that injury history, that, inability to stay healthy, that's a big deal for me because the Chiefs can't afford to pay a left tackle $20 million a season, and he doesn't play in half the games. That's just not a very good investment, but I do think the Chiefs are going to have to do a couple different things at that position, and I'm going to talk about those right after this ad break. The Hollywood Casino at Kansas Speedway is the place to be. With over 1,500 slot machines, 35 table games, 4 restaurants, and a new ESPN Bet sportsbook, there are plenty of ways to find your fun. For more chances to win, follow them on social media on Facebook, Instagram, and X. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. This video is sponsored by my friends over at Mozy. Mozy is a wearable and weatherproof thermal wrap which is guaranteed to keep you warmer than a normal stadium blanket. If you're going to any outside tailgates or parties or any event, you gotta stay warm. And the best way to do that is by getting yourself a Mozy. And right now, if you click the link in my description, you will get 30% off your entire order by using code KCSR at checkout. And fellas, if you want to get your girlfriend or wife the best present ever, go get her a Mozy. It keeps her warm. You'll be able to do more activities outside. And I cannot tell you how many times that Mozy has come in the clutch by keeping the girlfriend warm. So definitely go check out the link in my description. Get 30% off your order by using code KCSR. And once again, thank you to Mozy for sponsoring this video. Welcome to the Rice Real Estate Group, Kansas City's premier partner in real estate. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, you will receive a tailored experience designed just for you. Specializing in residential, commercial, and investment properties, the dedicated team over at the Rice Real Estate Group helps guide you through every transaction, including navigating those short, complex sales. With a commitment to personal one-on-one service, they will ensure that you are supported every step of the way. You can achieve your goals with expertise, care, and a customized approach that truly makes a difference. Ready to make your next move? The Rice Real Estate Group is here to make it happen. For more information, call 816-819-9333. Huge thanks to all of the sponsors that support this channel all football season long and into the offseason. But I did want to talk about how Ronnie Stanley is going to get, approached in free agency. I do expect the Ravens to make a move. They're probably going to try to extend him. They've got their own salary cap problems, so I think he's probably going to hit the open market. And then it turns into a bidding war. And the Chiefs are probably going to be able to throw a bit of money at him. You did trade Joe Thuney, freeing up $16 million in cap space. They're going to be able to make a run at Ronnie Stanley. And actually, Nick Wright of Fox Sports said that he expects the Chiefs to try to go get Ronnie Stanley. And I'm in a weird spot because I think that Ronnie Stanley, if he is going to stay healthy, it's a great option. I'm not going to argue with that. But I just do not believe that he is going to stay healthy for a full 17-game season and playoffs. I think that there is not enough of a track record that would show you he can do this. And he's getting older. He's 30 years old and playing in 36 games since 2020. That's a problem. So I think the Chiefs, in order to fix this left tackle issue, they've got to draft somebody. They've got to sign somebody in free agency, whether it is a Donovan Smith or DJ Humphries or a Ronnie Stanley. They have to assume that they need to do multiple things to fix this spot, to fix the left tackle position. It's not going to be easy. They can't just do one thing and expect it to all be okay. They're going to have to make multiple moves in the draft, in free agency, for me to feel comfortable about the state of their offensive line and the state of the left tackle position. And there's a couple other guys that could be viable trade options that we're going to get into on this channel over the coming days. But I will say that Ronnie Stanley, if you can get a good price just to solidify the line and say, you know what, the floor of Ronnie Stanley is significantly higher than the ceiling of other players, I would not hate the Chiefs going out and signing Ronnie Stanley, but I also think the more that I think about it, I'm not a super big fan because he's someone that I think has injury problems. And do you want to pay a 30-year-old tackle that much money? I'm not sure if I do. But Chiefs Kingdom, that is all I have for this video. Let me know down in the comments section below what you think of this idea. Do you think the Chiefs should sign Ronnie Stanley in free agency, or should they go into the draft and draft their left tackle of the future, or bring back a DJ Humphries or a Donovan Smith? There really is no wrong answer to this problem. I just think that the Chiefs are in a really tough spot where there's not really a lot of quality left tackles out there, and Ronnie Stanley could be the best and only available option that makes sense. So Chiefs Kingdom, that is all I have for this video. Hit that like button and subscribe to this channel for more daily Chiefs coverage. Until next time, guys, thank you for watching this video. And as always, go Chiefs.